Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. Above us, only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for. And no religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. A brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one.
Good morning. Yes, welcome, welcome. It's good to be together this morning. It's such a beautiful day. I hope you're enjoying another special summer seating arrangement. I felt it's symbolic of our tight-knit community. My name is Bill Hawkins. My pronouns are he, him. I open with John Lennon's Imagine. It is a cover by two brothers in a group called Boyce Avenue. I played it too because I am a dreamer, and I love the possibilities in that song. All the music in today's service is from 1971. If you can remember 1971, the fact that we still play it after 52 years tells us people still strive to reach a better world. If you can imagine this, I was 16 when this song first came out, and it still touches me. It's easy if you try. I'd like to see that on a little banner on your news program, you know. It's easy if you try. This brings back an early teen memory of the Beatle debate. It would go like this. Who are the Beatle fans here? Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Oh my God, look at all the fans. All right. Now, here's the big question. Who is your favorite Beatle? Raise your hand if it's John. Okay. Raise your hand if it's Paul. Yeah, those Paul. Raise your hand if it's George. Ah, that's interesting. How about Ringo? Ringo. He wears a lot of things. Well, I have to say that's Interesting, very interesting. Not what I expected at all. All right, that's okay. It was actually relatively even, you know, the poll crew is like, you know, I asked Terry quickly the other day, who was her favorite Beatle? Paul. She didn't even think about it. She didn't even think about it. And I was like, not John. John's my favorite Beatle. Who's your favorite Beatle? George. I was shocking. That's blowing up my whole sermon because I felt like, you know, George was always kind of like, he's not the front man. You know, he was always kind of in the sideline, you know, who is George? You know, Ringo had his rings and, you know, that was kind of cool, but George was quiet, you know. So it's still very interesting. It still have a difference. So we all have our differences and our reasons for them, right? You know, Paul was cute, George was crazy, you know, I mean, John was crazy. Yet we all love the Beatles in their entirety. Right? Sounds a little like somewhere I know very special, like the fellowship a little bit. We all have some differences. We all come together as one. Oh my God. There it goes. We have our religious pluralism, right? But we got to take care not to be polarized, right? And that's kind of the idea. For a simple example, someone who likes Paul can't see why George is also important, but, you know, has some work to do. You know what I mean? And of course, wait, we haven't talked at all about Yoko. Oh, well, now there's a debate. Where's the Robert rules of, they're not here. Okay, let me just stop there with Yoko. So today's service is called Listening to Our UU Humanist Voices. And I asked myself, you know, what word in that title do I connect with? And I like listening first, you know, it's a good point. And I thought humanist is, you know, it's the key. Voices and listening seem to work well together. And then I was like, hour is an important word too. And I just saw that there was a perspective and an evolution of what was significant to me. Just like the Beatle debate, there is a thoughtful balance in our search for truth and meaning that we seek out as UUs and humans. Maybe Yoko wasn't so bad for the Beatles. It's this kind of inquiry that I will be presenting to you today. Okay, I have one quick announcement before the regular announcements. That as the curator of the gallery, I am pleased to announce that Michael Fairchild will be speaking about his photos today about 15 minutes after the service. He will share his well-traveled reflections on humanity in a very special presentation that ties in nicely with our service today. So he's just brilliant and well-traveled. So I'm looking forward to that. All right.
Let me wish you a second good morning. My name is Lee Kerfist and my pronouns are he, him. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Huntington and our dual platform Sunday service. It is good to be together. We are live and in person here in our worship hall in Huntington. And whether you are streaming us on Zoom today or watching later on YouTube, know that you are welcome. Today is the Summer Sunday Program Committee service, and our focus is the UU Humanist Voice. But let me reflect on these services for just a moment. I know that I speak for Bill and hopefully all of the leaders of the lay-led services this summer, and that we are hoping that you appreciate that this is a wonderful opportunity for all the leaders and the congregation to have these summer services. And I'm sure it is their fervent wish that you, the congregation, think they have been worthwhile. So do you all agree? And to Michael in the back, who all led services. If you are new to the congregation and you wish to speak with someone to learn more about us, please contact us by email at office@uufh.org. And know that whoever you are, whomever you love, and wherever you are on your life's journey, you're welcome here. So here are a few announcements. Are you aware of the UUFH Diner Dinner Group? The group meets every Thursday night at the Golden Coach Diner, where Jericho Turnpike meets Oakwood Road in South Huntington. UUFH congregants are invited to meet, share a meal, enjoy camaraderie, and no agenda or RSVP is needed. So join at your convenience, and meetings start at 5:30 p.m. The UUFH 75th anniversary celebration will be happening the weekend of September 23rd and 24th. And a booklet is being compiled for the last 25 years, and that's in the works. If you have any photos, Alex, from the events, from Sunday services, from social justice activities, or just candid shots of our members, please share them and send them to Lisa Burby's email. Our Memorial Garden is looking for more volunteers to help with maintenance, and those tasks include weeding, pruning, removing tree ivy, and relocation of some rocks. And even 1 to 2 hours a week will make a big difference. So if you're interested, please contact Peggy Coolius. The newly formed and constantly evolving safety team is also looking for new volunteers. The team sees to the vigilant safety protocols that happen during our services and other social events that are held here at the fellowship. So if you'd like to join the team, please contact Terry Donaldson or myself. And now please join me in singing our affirmation. The words will be on the screen. And now is the time in our service for you to express your joys or concerns by silently lighting a candle as we are accompanied by Andrea on the piano. You may have your joy or concern shared aloud by writing it on a card, which will be passed to me. So please come up to the station by the center aisle and return by the side aisles. Thank you, Andrea. Sadly, Ann Klatsky's mom, Jane Wisen, passed away this past Monday. In lieu of flowers, Ann is requesting that donations be made to the Glioblastoma Research Foundation. Christina is thinking of Gigi, Chevy, and cousin Monica, who loves the Beatles. And we have an absolute joy. Gwen McHugh is a grandma. Her daughter Hannah gave birth to a very sweet and healthy baby girl whose name is Presley May. So congratulations. And now I'd like to offer you this poem entitled Gentleness in Living by Richard S. Gilbert. Be gentle with one another. It is a cry from the lives of the people battered by thoughtless words and brutal deeds. It comes from the lips of those who speak them and the lives of those who did them. Who of us can look inside another and know what is there of hope and hurt, of promise or pain? Who can know from what far places each has come, or to what far places each may hope to go? Our lives are like fragile eggs. They crack and the substance escapes. Handle with care. Handle with exceeding tender care. For there are human beings within, human beings as vulnerable as we are, who feel as we feel, who hurt as we hurt. Life is too transient to be cruel with one another. It is too short for thoughtlessness, too brief for hurting. Life is long enough for caring. It is lasting enough for sharing. It is precious enough for love. Be gentle with one another. And now please join me in singing Spirit of Life. The words will be on the screen, and this will be followed by a brief moment of silence. And now to announce our split plate for the month. Our offering is the Huntington Township Housing Coalition. Its mission is the development of affordable and rehabilitated homes for both rental and ownership. The ideal tenants sought are low or moderate income individuals and families in Huntington. The vetting process is done by assessing and documenting the need, educating the public, and promoting affordable housing opportunities by collaborating with public and private organizations. The coalition is currently seeking funding for ADUs, or accessory dwelling units, which are apartments located above stores. So please give as generously as possible, and thank you.
Listening to our humanist voices. In my search for truth and meaning, I came across humanism many years ago. It seemed to me to be an alternate journey to a theist past I was on, as my upbringing was Catholic. My decision to do a service on humanism was to present this concept of humanism to you, my UU community. Here at the fellowship, we have a strong foundation of humanism. All the principles are based on humanist ideals. The importance of establishing a covenant with each other has humanist roots. We are a humanist community. We have social justice, pastoral care, food donations, the Grow to Give garden, and we even have a social hour with drinks after service. Humanists believe in supporting the best in each other, accepting each other's beliefs, reason to solution, deeds before creeds, compassion and responsibility to each other. Sounds familiar, right? So you might be asking yourself, that's fine, Bill, but I might be a theist, not so much a humanist. How can I tell the difference? Well, you're in luck today, because we have a special guest, a noted international psychologist, Dr. Yu Man, who will clarify this issue for us, and he can confirm if you are a theist or a humanist. How about that? So let's have a warm UU welcome for Dr. Yu Man. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. You want to move this away?
Good morning. Guten Tag, Dankeschön. It's good to be here. I am Dr. Hugh Mann, spelled with two N's, of course, yeah? And William over here has asked me to solve for you the UU question of who you are and what do you believe? Of course, I've been doing many years of research in this field, in this area, that is searching for truth and meaning. And I have developed a test to determine if you are a theist or you are a humanist. So I need your full attention to read what is going to be on the screen, yeah? Could I have, please, the slide? Thank you. Yeah, good. Now, everybody look at the words on the screen and think a little bit, huh? What do you see? Huh? Do you see God is now here? Huh? Or do you see God is nowhere? Hmm? So think, huh? It's tricky, huh? So please raise your hand if you see God is now here. Interesting. And raise your hand if you see God is nowhere. Interesting. But anyway, so there you have it, because it is all settled, yeah? If you saw God is now here, you are a theist. But if you saw God is nowhere, then you are a humanist. Eh? Mystery solved. That's it.
Well, now that's solved, maybe we should go have a drink or something, I don't know. That was easier than, right? It was very easy to do. But seriously, folks, some important concepts in the research that I've been working on for this sermon. I need to clarify some of the levels of beliefs with humanism. Under the umbrella of humanism, there are secular humanists, religious humanists, atheists, agnostics, and of course, our UU humanists. Unitarian Universalists need everyone above because this creates a theological diversity that makes us as UUs unique. I would also add Buddhists and pagans and theists into the mix to value all perspectives and to encourage a deeper exploration, your search for truth and meaning. This allows us to enrich our common journey. If we can act with respect and love, or let's say in covenant, we can accept our differences that separate us, not polarize into a definition of misinformation, but through a process of religious inquiry, come to an understanding of our pluralism, our multiculturalism in our society, and the strength in our community and humanity. That's a long one, right? Separate the differences, not polarize. Misinformation happens. Keep going with the religious inquiry. Come to an understanding of our pluralism, our multiculturalism. We're trying to do that. And the strength of our community and humanity. So what do humanists believe in? Here's where it gets a little tricky. Some people proclaim humanism that includes everybody as potential humanists. The common denominator is being human. Others insist it means a kind of atheism that excludes non-believers who might be open to discussing entities or ideas that include the term God. Humanism could also be religious without relying on or recognizing anything supernatural. So the good news in the end is that being a UU humanist in our fellowship community allows us a place to be together while sharing our differences. So what do we work on or practice as UU humanists? Since there's so many of you, I have to say the test was amazing. I did not expect that either. This is very important. Humanism is not a fixed set of ideas to be learned and stored away. It is a process, a methodology. Inquiry is the heart of the humanist movement or life practice. Inquiry is simply requesting information. So here is an outline of religious inquiry that I like to say RI instead of RE, how about that? As presented in the book, Humanist Voices in Unitarian Universalism by Kendall Gibbons and William Murray. It is a guide for religious education for both youth and adults. And it is a set of 5 relationships. A footnote here, as I read these responsibilities to you, as you listen, see which one resonates with your beliefs or one that you might want to embrace more fully. Also, see if they inspire a question to put into Reverend Deborah's question box in her upcoming service. Because I was kind of thinking, I don't have any question for Reverend Deborah, just lead us. But I think here, there might be some questions. There might be some questions. So here they are, their responsibilities. Self to self, an individual's free and disciplined search for personal truth, meaning, and purpose for life. It involves a positive self-concept and self-worth. I really like that. It's a responsibility self to others, respect for the worth and dignity of other individuals and their truths, demonstrating the use of the democratic process and developing a sense of reciprocity. Reciprocity involves mutual exchange or support, emotional investment, some care and love. I like that. I had to look that up and make sure I had that right. Self to community. the search for insights from great prophets, thinkers, and teachers of every age and tradition in developing social contracts with neighbors, schoolmates, children of other religions, and members of one's community. I had a thought there for a second. We are free thinkers. That's what I wanted to get in there. Free thinkers. I remember those shirts that said free thinkers on the back or the front. Responsibility of self to the natural environment, respect for all life, and a sense of responsibility for the earth and its resources now and the future. That's very poignant today. Self to the future, the development of oneself as a citizen of the world, striving for a world community of love, reason, justice, and peace. Sounds familiar? I think you can see the connection between humanism and our own UU values and principles. In closing, I found it interesting and revealing studying and preparing for this service. I learned there is a variability in assessing my beliefs, and from time to time, learning more, unlearning some, and who I am in this mix of humanity. So here's the takeaway for today. Humanism is a process, a methodology. Inquiry is the heart of the humanist movement or life practice. It is an important part of how we balance our UU pluralism. And of course, I couldn't end without a quote from Walt Whitman in The Leaves of Grass. To end my discourse here, you have to brace yourself a little bit. He doesn't pull any punches here. This is what you shall do. I know Terry right off the bat would say, you can say that another way, can't you? But we're gonna go. This is what I suggest you do. I'm not sure. Or maybe you better do it or something like that. Could be that. Love the earth and the sun and the animals. Despise riches. Give alms to everyone that asks. Stand up for the stupid and crazy. Devote your income and labor to others. Hate tyrants. Argue not concerning God. Have patience and indulgence toward the people. Take your hat off to nothing, known or unknown, or to any man or number of men. Go freely with powerful, uneducated persons, and with the young, and with the mothers of families. Read these leaves in the open air every season of every year of your life. Re-examine all you've been told at school or church or in any book. Dismiss whatever insults your soul. And your very flesh shall be a great poem and have the richest fluency, not only in its words, but in the silent lines of its lips and face, and between the lashes of your eyes, and in every motion and joint of your body. That's a pretty big promise. Okay, somebody tell me where we're at here right now. We're going to extinguish the chalice. What happened to Dr. Hughes? Here he is. You're extinguishing the chalice. And I will read a blessing by John O'Donoghue. It's called For Celebration. Now is the time to free the heart. Let all intentions and worries stop. Free the joy inside the self. Awaken to the wonder of your life. Open your eyes and see the friends whose hearts recognize your face as kin. Those whose kindness, watchful and near, encourages you to live everything here. See the gifts the years have given, things your effort could never earn, the health to enjoy who you want to be, and the mind to mirror mystery. And we're going to conclude with a song, Peace Train by Cat Stevens. But since you guys haven't done that much singing today, there's a part towards the end of the song. He sings this 4 times. And I want to hear you guys. It might take 1 or 2, but 3rd or 4th time. Hoo-ah, ee-ah, hoo-ah. Yeah, hoo-ah, a little bit better. Hoo-ah, all right, can we have the song? 1.
Now I've been happy lately, thinking about the good things to come, and I believe it could be something good has begun. Oh, I've been smiling lately, dreaming about the world as one, and I believe it could be someday it's going to come. 'Cause out on the edge of darkness, there rides the peace train. Oh, peace train, take this country, come take me home again. Now I've been smiling lately, thinking about the good things to come, and I believe it could be something good has begun. Oh, peace train sounding louder, ride on the peace train. Ooh, ooh. Come on, the peace train. It's peace train, holy roller. Everyone jump upon the peace train. Ooh, ooh. Come on, the peace train. Get your bags together. Go bring your good friends too. 'Cause it's getting nearer. It soon will be with you. Come and join the living. It's not so far from you. And it's getting nearer. Soon it will all be true. Oh, peace train sounding louder. Ride on the peace train. Come on, the peace train. Peace train. Now I've been crying lately, thinking about the world as it is. Why must we go on hating? Why can't we live in bliss? 'Cause out on the edge of darkness, there rides a peace train. Oh, peace train, take this country, come take me home again. Oh, peace train sounding louder, ride on the peace train. Come on, the peace train. It's peace train, holy roller. Everyone jump up on the peace train. Ooh. Come on, come on, come on. Yes, come on, peace train. Hey, yes, it's the peace train. Come on, the peace train. Oh, peace train.
Thanks to Bill for that wonderful service. Thank you. And of course, to all of you for participating. So now I invite all the congregation to move into the social hall for coffee and conversation. And I wish all of you present and those of you who are watching at home have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you.